We're getting ready for the 5th round of the 2018 Daytona DMAX Championships in the Inter Heats category here at Buckmore Park, where so many top talents have made a name for themselves. Bobby Trunley's trying to make it back-to-back titles, but he's got a strong challenge. Chris Alcock, Mike Coppin, Jordan Taylor and Owen Genman are all still in the championship fight, and all of them have had a reasonable day thus far. Let's get ready for some rip-roaring action. Round 5 of the 2018 Daytona DMAX Inter Heats contest. And it's 5 drivers, as we know, battling for the championship. But Bobby Trunley is only starting 7th on the grid. Running through the grid, Owen Genman and Mike Coppin are at the front. Ed White and Chris Alcock on the second row from Andy Spencer, Joe Ellis, Bobby Trunley, Jordan Taylor, Curtis Mitchell and James Wattis, with Lee Carey and Filippo Florini just in front of Ross Blackwood. It's going to be an interesting battle, this one, because we've got those 5 drivers battling for the points championship in the top 8. But there's 3 drivers who are trying to muscle their way into that squabble. And that is Ed White in 3rd, Andy Spencer in 5th, and Joe Ellis in 6th. And all of them have been strong so far, Spanners. Yeah, well, if Trundley gets a dive down and picks a couple of them off very early on, he's going to be right in for the race win. But this is the big one. This is it. So Ed White starting from the front as they come through this time by. Green flag and Ed White is out in front. Ed White leads the way. Alcock in 2nd, Ellis and Coppin. Genman and Trunley as they work their way through. It's a good start from Ed White up at the front. And there's contact! Mike Coppin's been spun around! Mike Coppin spun around at turn 3. 2 arms in the air. What was the point of that is the body language. And Mike Coppin is fuming. Chris Alcock actually held that pack up a little bit, which let Ed White get a decent lead. So now he's got a bit of breathing room at the front of this final. Well, Owen Genman now finds himself in a tough position as he tries to work his way back to the front. Mike Coppin, though, is driving furious, and that's going to be very, very difficult. There's just not the time to make your way up from the back of the field in these heat finals, though. No, I mean, he can make himself up into the top 10 fast enough, but certainly for the win, that's a real shame, because Mike Coppin had a great chance to go for it. Here he comes as he comes through once again. And will there be a gesticulation to race control? No, not this time, Mike. He calms down enough to keep himself with 2 hands on the wheel. But White leads it from Alcock, Genman, Trunley, Spencer, Jordan Taylor and Joe Ellis. Well, what did we say about Trunley getting a few places at the beginning and being right in the fight? Yeah, championship leader at this point. Looking for back-to-back titles, don't forget, but this year it looks like it's going to be even closer than it was last year. But a man outside the top 5, Ed White, is leading the way, and considering how strong he has been thus far, this is not a bad omen for the racing in front of us. So Ed White hanging on to it, Alcock in 2nd, Genman there in 3rd. Alcock's got a great exit out of turn 10. So can he make his way round the outside into turn 1? He's swarming around all over the place trying to come through, but Chris Alcock has got to work very hard to catch Ed White out. Ed White knows this race circuit so well, as does the man behind these 2, Owen Genman in 3rd position as he charges forward. Ed White is basically nailing his car to the inside apex wherever he possibly can. Chris Alcock trying to get alongside, uses the curve to get alongside. He's not been able to get that done. Owen Genman's now going to seize an opportunity. He doesn't get it. Alcock hit the barrier at turn 5, which has slowed him down a lot, and Genman's got a great run on him. He's swept out wide, and he's got momentum. There's a bit of contact. He's on the inside into turn 10, so I think Genman's going to pop up in 2nd place. Genman has come up behind 2nd place, but Bobby Trunley's taken advantage of all of that to pop up in 2nd. Well, Bobby Trunley is now there as he comes through across the line. It's White, Alcock, Genman, Trunley, Spencer, Ellis and Curtis Mitchell in 7th place. Here comes Genman up the inside for 2nd, and Bobby Trunley's going to follow in as well to move up into 3rd position. He rubs wheels with Chris Alcock. Alcock does not give up the place. Trunley's going to have to try again from P4, but somehow Owen Genman has held on to it. And look at the lead that Ed White has been given. It's a country mile. Absolute manna from heaven for Ed White. All that battling's giving him, you know, maybe a corner and a half of a lead, at least 8 or 9 kart lengths. So with a great battle going on here at the front end of the field, and the man in 2nd position at the moment, Owen Genman, chasing down Ed White. Don't forget that the man in 3rd place, Chris Alcock, who's just been given a warning for going over the curbs, by the way. Chris Alcock was the winner of this last year, so he needs to continue on that fight. He's in 3rd position. White and Genman have made clean work of it thus far. So interesting to see that 2 drivers who are used to racing for the Titan Motorsport endurance team are 1st and 2nd, racing against each other, which is unusual in and of itself. But now Genman's going to try and find the space to close up on Ed White. Spencer urging Curtis Mitchell to let him just get on with it and catch up with those front 4, but Spencer is now under pressure from the rest of the pack. Yeah, they're basically trying to convince Andy to dictate the battle as they move further forward, but White has got a 1.5 second advantage over Genman. Genman needs to have Alcock helping him out, basically, to close up. Bobby Trunley in 4th position, very much looking like he could be off the podium at this rate. Is up the inside, that's a beautiful move from Alcock into turn 1. He gets 2nd place, straight back on the inside. Owen Genman on the exit of Henry's Bend, then tied in for the 3rd hairpin. He gets through, no problem at turn 3, comes off the corner once again into 4. And that's beautifully done as he comes back on the inside. Alcock, Genman's got the switchback though, so he's going to sweep across. Bobby Trunley now setting them up as through to 5th position. Joe Ellis is trying to get past Andy Spencer, and Curtis Mitchell throws his weight into the battle as he comes through. Great racing from 2nd position downwards. Ed White is just setting fastest laps out front and disappearing. Now Mike Coppin is starting to work his magic as he comes back into the fight for 10th position. He's up into 11th place, having had that spin at turn 3 on the 1st lap. Track limits warning goes out now to Curtis Mitchell and Jordan Taylor. So they're pushing very hard. Trunley trying to go right round the outside of Genman and Alcock, who are defending big style against each other here. Genman going ultra defensive. Alcock tries to tuck into the inside. Trunley has to hang back in position. Plenty of great racing between these three as they continue to squabble over 2nd place.
Genman's made the decision that 2nd place is his to defend. I don't think he's looking up the road at Ed White at all.
Well, the thing is, from his point of view, Ed White is not really in the top 5 championship hunt, so Genman can score good points here by being in 2nd place. It's as good as a victory when you consider that all his championship rivals are behind him. So from his point of view, he doesn't have to work too hard here at going after the victory. What he does have to do is stop these guys coming back through. Alcock and Trunley are very close as Trunley now has to move to cover Andy Spencer. Yeah, Spencer coming through. Oh!
Spencer's going to have to go all the way around the outside of turn 4 now if he wants to get into that top 4.
And here comes Curtis Mitchell. Mitchell's going to make the move up into 5th position as a result of all of this. Spencer's going to get crowded out. 3 wide, and that's never going to go well.
Oh no!
Into the barriers goes the 3 of Jordan Taylor. Jordan Taylor is squeezed into the barriers. Jordan Taylor is the one who gets spat out, and that could end up in a full course yellow because he's stationary there in position. So Jordan Taylor is stuck in position there, so I think this is going to go full course yellow.
He's moving his head, he seems okay, but he's going to be very disappointed in that.
Well, he'll be winded from that position.
He was a little bit of a passenger. The main combatants there were Andy Spencer, who was falling down the field, and Curtis Mitchell, and he's ended up being pushed right out into the pit lane. He's avoided the other carts, but he's ended up hitting that barrier pretty hard.
Yeah, Mitchell got past, and it was basically Spencer, Ellis and Taylor that got caught up. They were rubbing each other. Once you're that connected at that speed, you're never going to have the chance to back out of it. So Jordan Taylor was basically sent to the wall by virtue of the fact that they were locked together.
Spencer went for the move around the outside of turn 4, ended up getting bogged down and swamped into turn 5, and there was just too many carts trying to take that racing line.
Green flags, we're racing at Buckmore Park once again, and the 2nd and 3rd place men have got a decent jump on the rest of their train. Genman and Alcock are away clear. Ed White still in the lead by a decent margin, but here is Genman sliding around trying to hold off Alcock. Trunley's still got Curtis Mitchell breathing down his neck, and Genman in defending mode again.
Spencer's fought his way back up to 6th place, but it's a net loss still for him. He's lost out to Mitchell overall in that tussle.
Joe Ellis is right behind him. Then we've got James Wattis, Mike Coppin and Ross Blackwood. Then it's Farini, Carey and Browning as they continue to jostle. Spencer hanging on in front of Joe Ellis there as they squabble over 6th place.
Coppin's made a great move into turn 9. I think he's going to profit 1 place as he comes out of turn 10.
So is he in front of James Wattis? This time by, yes he is, and they managed to squeeze Ross Blackwood out as well. So Mike Coppin points to the guys in front. Come on, let's get him. As round the outside, Curtis Mitchell has found grip from nowhere, and he's now battling up to 4th position. He gets squeezed out by Trunley, but that was very brave from Curtis Mitchell to just commit to the outside line and hope that there was grip. He found some, but he didn't have track position. Now he's going to get squeezed out by Joe Ellis, who does it again. Joe Ellis tries to come up the inside. Spencer tries, and now Mike Coppin's in the mix. This could go anybody's way. Coppin is not done yet.
Spencer nearly profited there, but he sensibly backed out because I think we were risking a repeat of the situation that caused the yellow flag. He sensibly on this occasion backed out to fight another day, but he's hounding down the number 20 kart of Joe Ellis.
We have got the karts from 2nd down to 8th, all squabbling away for this final 2 steps on the podium. And it's Genman, Alcock, Trundley, Mitchell, Ellis, Spencer and Mike Coppin. They all squeeze each other into position now as they tighten up. Curtis Mitchell's about to lose 5th position to Joe Ellis, who hangs it on the outside, tucks in behind Bobby Trundley, squeezes Curtis Mitchell down. Spencer is still 7th, hanging on in front of Mike Coppin as they come off the turn once again through the S's, through the left, through the right. And Alcock is still determined to get past Owen Genman as they drop down the hill.
All aboard the Genman train as he takes defensive lines all around the circuit, defending this 2nd place.
Coppin's gone for Spencer. Has Coppin got through into P7 this time?
Coppin's past Spencer, yeah.
Oh, so he's now into 7th position, chasing down these 5. Ed White is 1 billion miles ahead of the rest of them. Look at how much he's got away. He's at turn 4 while everybody else is on the approach to 3. So now Trundley's having to fend off Joe Ellis as they all run very deep into that part of the course. Mike Coppin's got steam billowing off the back of his engine. I think that's all right, though.
That's because he's trying extra hard.
Excellent. So he's now on the back of Curtis Mitchell, who has lost the place to Joe Ellis, and to Andy Spencer as well. So Spencer's come up into 6th position now. But where is Andy Spencer? I think Andy Spencer's got a penalty, you know. I think Andy Spencer's been given a penalty somewhere because he's now showing up as 11th position as we go into the final lap. Here we go. It's time to go racing properly now as Coppin makes a move on the inside of Bobby Trundley, and there's not a lot of space to squeeze. Curtis Mitchell is tucked out sideways. Bobby Trundley has been passed by Coppin. Look at how much ground Coppin's made up. He's in P5 all of a sudden.
What?
He is in P5 right on the back of Joe Ellis. Genman and Alcock are 2nd and 3rd. Ellis is 4th and Coppin's 5th. He could still get a podium out of this. Coppin's fight back has been electric.
Coppin's going to be attacking then into turn 9. He takes a very tight line, doesn't go for the move on Ellis on this occasion. Genman's still holding everybody up.
Here comes Ed White, checkered flag, dominant finish, absolutely brilliant win for Ed White here at Buckmore Park, but 2nd place is going to go to the wire. Genman's going to hang on from Alcock in 3rd position, 4th is Ellis, 5th is Coppin, 6th is Mitchell, Trundley is next from Wattis, Blackwood and Spencer. Ed White looks behind him. Where is everybody? Where did they go?
Ed White's had a blinder there for sure, but man of the match. Genman, what a defensive drive there.
How did Genman hang on to 2nd place? I do not know how he did that. And that, in the terms of the championship, has given Genman a massive leap forward.
And also Mike Coppin 5th. He spun out. He was spun out on turn 3, turn 1.
He was facing the wrong way at turn 3, Mike Coppin. He was about 6 seconds off the bottom of the field, and he's come through to 5th.
A ridiculous performance from Mike Coppin.
Well, superb, absolutely terrific, and that shows you how close it is in the championship fight this season in the Inter Heats. Absolutely stupendous racing. Ed White in 1st position, Owen Genman received by Martin O'Neill, and Chris Alcock. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen.
In 3rd place with Chris Alcock. It was really tough in that division today, quite physical. How did you feel coming out in 3rd place?
I'm happy for 3rd. I'm annoyed that I couldn't get, well, 2nd and then 1st. I had the pace, I think, but defensive driving from Ed and then from Owen was fantastic. I can't fault it at all. It was a cracking race to be in. I'm knackered now.
It was fantastic from Owen Genman putting up that train and making you all fight behind him.
No, he did it. Why didn't you just give up and let me through?
Next time, just give up and let him through. Thank you very much, 3rd place. But let's look at the winner. Cruising out in front. That looked easy. What was all the fuss about? Your race was just a swan.
It wasn't a start. I got a good start, and then I had a bit of a gap to Chris, and then Chris caught back up, and I thought I was going to have a tough race, and then I sort of made a defensive move, and I think Owen managed to get past, and yeah, it was the rest was history.
As you went into the pits, you sort of seemed to look behind you and say, "Oh, where is everyone?"
Yeah, I was watching all the battling commencing on the other side of the track as I was going around. So yeah, so it was good to watch. Yeah, it was good to watch.
A great win, Ed White. Thank you very much. Cheers, Ed.
Cheers.
What a competitive category, and in the end, a worthy winner today.
Absolutely, and at the halfway stage, it's tighter in the points battle, and with 5 rounds to go in the next one at Ella, it should be very exciting. If you want to be on that grid, DaytonaMax.co.uk, get on the website, book your place, and we'll see you next time.